becomes an inner character as well as privileged material conditions, which grow scarcer day by day. All the same, this is the second possible solution. I would add that there are a very few in the intellectual field who can still affirm traditional values beyond any immediate goal, so as to perform a holding action. This is certainly useful to prevent current reality from shutting off every horizon, not only materially, but also ideally, and stifling any measures different from its own. Thanks to them, distances may be maintained, other possible dimensions, other meanings of life, indicated to those able to detach themselves from looking only to the here and now. But this does not resolve the practical, personal problem, apart from the case of the man who is blessed with the opportunity for material isolation, of those who cannot or will not burn their bridges with current life, and who must therefore decide how to conduct their existence, even on the level of the most elementary reactions and human relations. This is precisely the type of man that the present book has in mind. To him applies the saying of a great precursor: "The desert encroaches, woe to him whose desert is within." He can in truth find no further support from without. There no longer exist the organizations and institutions that, in a traditional civilization and society, would have allowed him to realize himself wholly, to order his own existence in a clear and unambiguous way, and to defend and apply creativity in his own environment the principal values that he recognizes within himself. Thus, there is no question of suggesting to him lines of action that, adequate and normative in any regular traditional civilization, can no longer be so in an abnormal one, in an environment that is utterly different socially, psychically, intellectually, and materially, in a climate of general dissolution, in a system ruled by scarcely restrained disorder, and anyway lacking any legitimacy from above. Thence come the specific problems that I intend to treat here. There is an important point to clarify at the outset regarding the attitude to be taken toward survivals. Even now, especially in Western Europe, there are habits, institutions, and customs from the world of yesterday, that is, from the bourgeois world, that have a certain persistence. In fact, when crisis is mentioned today, what is meant is precisely the bourgeois world. It is the basis of bourgeois civilization and society that suffer these crises and are struck by disillusion. This is not what I call the world of tradition. Socially, politically, and culturally, what is crashing down is the system that took shape after the revolution of the Third Estate and the First Industrial Revolution, even though there were often mixed up in it some remnants of a more ancient order, drained of their original vitality. What kind of relationship can the human type, whom I intend to treat here, have with such a world? This question is essential. On it depend both the meaning to be attributed to the phenomena of crisis and disillusion that are ever more apparent today, and the attitude to be assumed in the face of them, and toward whatever they have not yet undermined and destroyed. The answer to this question can only be negative. The human type I have in mind has nothing to do with the bourgeois world. He must consider everything bourgeois as being recent and anti-traditional, born from processes that in themselves are negative and subversive. In many cases, one can see in the present critical phenomena a kind of nemesis or rebound effect. Although I cannot go into details here, it is the very forces that, in their time, were set to work against the previous traditional European